Hi everyone, I am Brittany the Cosmic Lunar Soul. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back to all my subscribers. Today I am going to be doing a flip through of a Kickstarter that I got. This is the Arcana Folia Oracle deck, and this is by Nora Paskaleva. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I will make sure to have all of the information on where you can purchase this deck in the description. So this is a 55 card oracle deck, and as you can probably tell from the box, it is very floral based and nature based, and I'm really excited. So I actually have a sticker here that I got that I've been saving to put in my little journal for after I do my unboxing. So I'm going to just go ahead and leave that there. But the box came wrapped in this cellophane. I'm going to actually move this just so I can read this to you guys. So this oracle draws inspiration from nature and reveals the signs that guide you towards happiness and fulfillment. So this covers like plants and bugs and bones and animals and stuff like that. All right, so I mentioned this was a Kickstarter. I believe it was about $38 for the Kickstarter, but this retails on their website for $40. So if you're interested in this, this is $40. The box is nice and simple. It's a square two-piece box and has these lovely like diamondoid cutouts for as the thumb holes. And then inside here we have the guidebook and the cards. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cards off to the side. The box is nice and sturdy. I like that. Gonna go ahead, put the box off to the side, and let's look at the guidebook. I love the guidebook is fully colored and illustrated, and it has these like glossy, let me see if you can, yeah, you can see that high gloss pages. It smells really good. So we have our standard contents here. I love table of contents in a guidebook. We have the introduction, how to use the cards, strengthening your intuition, how to ask questions, spreads, card meanings about the creator, and notes. So I'm going to go ahead and skip forward to the spreads. I'm going to see if there are any like really cool themed spreads. So we have a section for 3-card spreads, kind of standard. And then we have the Whispering Flowers spread. This is a 5-card spread. It says this is the perfect spread to objectively see what you need to work on to get to your destination or goal. Okay. The prompts aren't really themed, but the title of it is themed. And then here we have a 7-card spread. This is called the Leafy Spirit spread. It says this spread is for a more complex situation where multiple people are involved and you need to examine the overall energy and best course of action. It feels very much like a cross style spread. Similar of obviously the popular one is the Celtic cross, so it has a lot of those similar elements. Let's look at one of the card pages. So one page is dedicated to a card. The picture is in the outer bottom corner, and then the top you have the number, the name of the card, the keyword or key phrase, and then it has a few different keywords to go along with it, and then it has the spiel for the different cards. And that is how all of the cards are set up. So it's a really, really lovely guidebook. Very short and to the point, which is honestly fine for me in terms of what I like out of oracles, but let's go ahead and prep for the flip through. All right, so that was the flip through. Weirdly enough, the cards were a little sticky. There's some small QA issues that I've noticed. Like you can see this card in the middle. You can see a little bit of the fraying there on the side, but to be honest, like if you guys have been on my channel for more than 30 seconds, you know that I'm a little rough with my cards anyway. So I just when I get stuff brand new, I like for it to be in as pristine condition as it possibly can. So the cards, look at the backs here. They are not only like reversible, but they are like quarter reversible. So as you rotate the card, even if like you can't tell up from down regardless, or left from right or anything like that. So I think that's really thoughtful for circular cards, right? Um, the edges here are green. They are a matte green. I feel like they'll last a little bit longer than if they were like a high foil or shiny finish on the edges. I really enjoy that coating on them too. It has this slightly like satin finish. I would call it like a coated matte almost, but I guess satin's the right word. They're very thin though. They're really thin. Um, I wish they were just marginally thicker. They shuffle really well. So I will say that if you're not like me, right, you're not recording a flip through, or you don't really do flip throughs with your cards when you first get them, you might find that this deck is a little chunky because I did have to pull them apart and they did make a little bit of that creaking sound as I pulled them apart, which is surprising. I usually only experience that with the high foiling on the edges, the high gilding. But after it's broken in, it really wants to shuffle really, really well. So I don't generally riffle shuffle circular cards, but these are thin enough that I think it'll be fine. And yeah, it was pretty fine. So it worked out fairly well. Let's look at the imagery. So the cards come with the title and the number, and then the key phrase at the bottom. I'm very much so going through my like Oracle must have keywords or key phrases on them phase right now. So I really, really enjoy that. That's part of why I back these. And I also just love circular cards. It's just something unique and different. So the main image is going to be front and center. So you can see that here with the mortar, front and center. And then again here with sweetness, just it's the strawberry front and center. And then around it, you're just going to have various like foliage, various foliage around it, almost framing the centerpiece. And that is how all of the cards are set up. Some cards, which is interesting, like very obvious, cut off or scissors. And then mindset is mushrooms. So some are much more obvious versus others. But I love this sort of natural antique kind of feel that the cards have. This really warm green, these warm reds and oranges and yellows in the cards. It makes it feel very, very cozy. I also like that there's a healthy balance of like animals, plants, and just like things, different objects. So each card is unique in that aspect. And I very much enjoy that. Something I didn't talk about in the beginning, the Kickstarter was really like a no frills Kickstarter, which is fine. Some things come with a lot of extras, others don't. This just came with a cute little post. It seems like a postcard, but it's a thank you card with some of the artwork, which I kind of like to put on my little pin board. So it's really, really lovely in that regard. Okay, guys, let me know if you have this deck. If you do, how do you like to use it? Do you pair it with anything? You notice I didn't do a pairing in this video because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to go with. So if you have any ideas, put it in the comments below and let me know. If you don't have ideas, but you enjoyed this deck, comment and let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Bye, guys.